Just very thankful and very proud of our players today and really all season long. They've shown a lot of fight, a lot of resiliency. It's tough to lose 4 in a row and still keep your heart and soul and your effort going. And so, it happened in practice. If you would have asked me every day, are these guys still fighting? Are they still working hard? I'd say 100% yes. We did a couple things in practice this week just to change the tempo of the beginning of the day. We went basically right after each other, after flex, just went our team run drill, offense versus defense, just to get a faster start in practice because we weren't getting very fast starts in our games the last couple times around. And then we finished with offense versus defense, to try to emphasize that. And actually, Coach Diaz had the idea to start faster, and we kind of brainstormed on how to do that. So I'm not claiming that's the reason we started faster, but we did emphasize it this week, and we actually, did it in practice to try to create energy on the front end. And so that was good that we responded in a good way to that. But so many really good things happen. I don't really know where to start other than the bottom line is we got a great victory in front of our home crowd, and very thankful.
You talked about that first fumble, Coach, and was that a result of gang tackling getting louder?
Their fumble?
No, the one that North forced and Thomas recovered.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was second half, right? Yeah, we had, we knew, first of all, that it was going to rain off and on. And it's always hard to hold on to a wet ball. And so I actually told them right there at halftime, I said, somewhere along the line, the ball's going to go on the ground. And, let's think about our fundamentals of, if there's space, scoop the thing up and get your teammates to help you score. If there's a crowd, get on it, do it exactly the way we've been teaching it. We do ball security, ball disruption every day. In practice, we've done it in the spring, we've done it in the camp, we've done it all fall. And you just had a feeling somewhere along the way the ball was going to get on the ground. I don't know what caused it, to be honest with you, but obviously the harder you hit, the better chance you have of getting the ball out.
Mark, you talk about looked like a total team effort
Yeah.
on the improved offense this week between
Yeah.
Brad and the O-line and
Yeah.
the running backs.
Yeah, well, first of all, I know the line's been taking a lot of grief, but they played their tails off today. And Brad, he didn't get hit much. He didn't get hit much at all. And then, Brad did a really good job of placing the ball where our guys can make the plays versus the man coverage. We knew that there was going to be some shots downfield because of how they play defense, and we felt like our skill was good enough to execute. Giving Brad a little bit of time to sight it up and put it in the right spot. And we dropped a couple. We dropped a touchdown in the end zone. We dropped a third down, would have been a certain first down, so we didn't catch them all, but we caught most of them. And Brad wasn't perfect, but he, for long ball accuracy, is really, really good because it's kind of a low percentage type throw to begin with.
I want to give the line its proper credit, but Brad particularly, do you think his pocket awareness was better? He had a throwaway, scramble?
Well, when you have a pocket, it helps. But yeah, he did a good job of scrambling. I think he had positive yards rushing probably for the first time in his life, or at least at the U. And I was really, really proud of that. Made good decisions. Didn't force any. A couple times they got us on a couple blitzes that we just couldn't get a hat on everybody, and he threw the ball away in a safe spot. He didn't just hold it and take the shot. That's part of not getting hit too, is knowing when it's time to, abort the play and throw it out of there. So I think he did a really good job.
With Gall in there, was Linder hurt, or was that just
No. Linder was hurt all week in practice, really, or at least he was hurting, and he was sucking it up. But when you're blocking a 350-pounder in there down after down, I imagine it kind of started to wear on him a little bit, upper body injury, and by halftime he was shot. So, I don't know what that means for next week, but Gall did come in, and when you don't notice any fumble snaps, or you don't notice any sacks, or you run the ball well, you got to imagine that he played well.
And Mark, we talked about the line and Brad and everything, but in retrospect, how much do you feel that you helped them a little bit today? It seemed like you were getting the ball out of Brad's hand pretty quickly.
The what? I'm sorry.
You went to short passes a lot. You were getting the ball out quickly. He wasn't
Yeah.
sitting in the pocket taking a beating. It just looked a little different than.
Well, when people play man coverage, you throw to your first progression. So you don't have to hold the ball very long, and they play a lot of man coverage. That's what they do, and so a lot of the decisions were first progression decisions, and because of that, the ball was coming out. And we actually watched tape of Okie State and Virginia Tech and saw that you don't have to hold it long. 1, 2, 3, hitch, fire, or sometimes left, right, throw it. And just place the ball where our skill guys can make a play. And but just about everything that we had schemed up and dialed up had a chance for success. There's a few things that were new down in the red area that, one that was a touchdown that ended up being called back. And then we ran it again, scored on it, the one they reviewed, and then we had another one where Coley caught it. That play was actually a Thursday after practice, watching one more reel of tape, and it just kind of hit me that this has got a really good chance of scoring down there inside the 5, and so we put that one in that Coley caught.
Mark, what did you learn over the last 4 games that maybe you didn't pick up on?
Well, you never know about your team until you really hit some true adversity. And I'm talking football adversity. I'm not talking about life. It feels like life and death sometimes when you pour so much of your time and energy into it. But certainly you got some seniors that probably wished for a better record at this point, all of them, I'm sure. And they could have said, forget it, or maybe not say it out loud, but maybe in their spirit or maybe in their actions, just let up a little bit, but they didn't do that. I just saw a bunch of coaches that kept fighting together and players that kept fighting together, and we had a wonderful performance. I'm very thankful. It was good medicine. Go ahead.
How does this victory change the whole feel of the season?
Yeah. Well, there's always optimism after victory. There's always the thoughts of what could be. I told the guys just to enjoy this thing and enjoy it in the right way, and let's get back to work and get ready to try to do it again. It's hard to, when you have that kind of momentum going against you, it's hard to stop the train and get it turned around and go in the other direction. It's very difficult. And the same thing's true with positive momentum. You get that thing rolling really good, it's hard to slow it down sometimes. But we were fighting against the negativity that comes along with not winning at a major university, and at one that has a proud tradition like we do. But it was good. And I'll say this too, I'm going to throw a little props to Russell Maryland. He was our honorary captain, and he spoke to the team last night and couldn't have done a better job of just talking about a little bit about his career and how it started slow when he was on the scout team and he was getting whooped up pretty good by some good linemen. And then, he decided that he wasn't going to quit because he thought about it, in his career as a young player and all the way from Chicago. But then he just kept fighting, kept being positive, and then good things happened for him. And it was very fitting for what we were going through at that time. And I thought the guys really listened and benefited from it.
Last question, guys.
We talked about these guys not playing like freshmen anymore, but Amon Richards,
Yeah.
his performance, how big was that?
Well, all those guys did. But Amon is a guy that we know can run. We know can track a ball deep. We know he can adjust to a deep ball well. He's got a wonderful skill set, and just a sharp kid, and a guy that can come in as a true freshman and perform like he's performed overall has been great. But we got a bunch of other guys making plays too, certainly. But not to take anything away from Amon, he played very well. All right, thank you guys.